Welcome to the breakdown. Today we're going to be taking a look at 10 interesting facts about Costco that you may not have known about. Now, we've already talked about who manufactures the popular Kirkland brand products, and it's actually some big name brands behind your favorite Kirkland brand product. If you want to watch that video, I'll put a link to it up at the top and in the show notes down below, so you can watch that one. But we're going to look at 10 other interesting facts about Costco, the wildly popular store here in the United States. It's been a trailblazer in its industry, and we're going to tell you a little bit more about it. First though, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, and hopefully we can help you learn something new. All right, let's get started with 10 things you didn't know about Costco, probably didn't know. Number one, Costco is one of the largest pizza brands in the country. They manufacture a ton of pizzas, and by locations, they're the 15th largest pizza chain in the United States. Costco is widely known for their popular pizza, great deals there, and that's helped them stand out from their competitors. And many stores have now copied their pizza franchises. And it seems though Costco is really doing well. Now it's the 15th largest pizza brand in the United States. Number two, while it may seem like Costco has a ton of items, they actually have far fewer items than a Walmart or many other supercenters. Costco averages about 4,000 items per store. Of course, there's more online you can purchase, but in the physical stores. That sounds like a lot, but you compare it to a Walmart, for example, with over 140,000 items, suddenly Costco doesn't have that many items. Now, Costco doesn't deal in a lot of the smaller items. You go through the checkout lanes, you don't see all the little candy bars and all that up front. But there's also a lot fewer varieties. You go into a big box store or like a Walmart, you're going to see 4 or 5 different versions of a product. At Costco, you may have 1 or 2, if that. So keep that in mind. When you go into Costco, you don't always get the variety you want. And that's often done deliberately because people know, hey, my product, if it makes it into a Costco, will be the only one there. I'll have a higher chance of sales versus another one. I may give Costco a better deal. Number 3, Costco sells more hot dogs every year than all the Major League Baseball stadiums combined. Costco sells over 100 million hot dogs every year, and they've successfully kept their price unchanged for a long time. To do this, they've had to do things, for instance, for a while they used to do Hebrew Nation hot dogs. They recently, back in 2009, so over 10 years ago now, dropped them and went to the Kirkland brand hot dogs. In order to keep the cost down, they manufacture the hot dogs themselves. I'm sure at some point they're going to have to raise the price as all things are increasing costs, but Costco's been very determined to keep their food court prices low to help them compete out there. But with over 100 million hot dogs sold every year, Costco's one of the largest sellers of already cooked hot dogs in the entire United States. Number 4, the Kirkland brand name. You probably love the Kirkland brand signature products. We sure do. Actually comes from their hometown where they used to be headquarters. From 1987 to 1998, Costco was headquartered in Kirkland, Washington. They took the name of the town and used it for their Kirkland signature brand products, their in-house store brand. So if you're ever buying a Kirkland brand product and wonder where the name Kirkland came from, now you know. It's named after their old headquarters that they had until 1998. All right. If you ever gone in Costco and got free samples out there, you've probably been thinking, hey, this is great. You know, Costco will get a job there, pass out samples. Turns out that is not actually Costco employees. The staff who pass out those free samples and more actually work for one of typically 2 different marketing companies Costco works with to promote these products. So these marketing companies are actually the ones who work with Costco to decide what products get promoted and what ones don't. And they're the ones that supply the staff and do the training to promote these products. These staff are specifically trained in how to upsell the product, to draw you in and get you to try the product. According to reports, it can see a 30% jump in sales of a particular product if you give free samples out in this manner. And so Costco has partnered with a couple of different companies, depending on what part of the country you live in, to do this training and manage those staff. They've got complaints in the past because those staff typically get lower pay than a regular Costco employee. Many of them, though, are not full-time employees. They're seasonal. They are part-time workers and more. All right. Did you know you didn't need a membership to shop at Costco? Most states require things like alcohol, pharmacy, and more to be available even if you're not a member. You can't charge a membership price to get pharmaceuticals, for example. So you can actually go into Costco in many of these states and buy alcohol or use the pharmacy, eye doctors, or more, depending on your state, free of charge. At least not you pay for the product, but you don't have to get a membership card. Now, that limits you though. You do need a membership card to buy the other things out there. So keep that in mind. It may get you in the door to buy a specific item, but it won't give you full access to the store. All right, if you ever wonder what some of Costco's most popular items are, toilet paper is one of them. According to Costco, toilet paper is one of their most popular products, selling over 1 billion rolls every year. Now that comes from 2019. Something tells me in 2020 they may have sold a little extra toilet paper this year. Just a hunch, just speculation, but I bet they sold extra toilet paper this year. But Costco has reportedly sold worth $400 million worth of toilet paper every year, making it one of the most profitable single items or most successful single items in their stores. I find that interesting. I would actually love to know what their actual sales are for toilet paper in 2020. And it'll be interesting. Will sales of toilet paper decline in 2021 as people try to work their way through their big backlog of stockpiles of toilet paper? All right. Costco is actually one of the larger sellers of cars too. You probably know that Costco sells tires, but did you know you can actually buy your car through Costco? Much like Costco Travel and more, Costco offers a no haggle deal for you to buy a car through them. They partner with over 3,000 dealers across the United States and select other territories to sell over 520,000 cars. Yes, 520,000 automobiles through Costco right there, making them one of the larger dealers of cars in the nation. And hey, if you are a Costco member, check out those deals. Maybe you can get a good deal on a car through Costco also. I personally absolutely love Costco Travel. Actually found the car rental deal to be better than my military discount often at rental places. All right, number 9. Costco sells a lot of clothes. You probably know that, right? Costco is a big dealer of clothing. But did you know they sell more clothing than Old Navy? Yeah, Costco sells $7 billion worth of apparel every year. And that makes them a larger retailer by dollar than Old Navy and Ralph Lauren. Now, Old Navy is a massive success story. They're very popular. They have a lot of loyal customers. But Costco actually sells more. And that's pretty common. You'd be surprised that how much a Walmart, a Target, a Meijer, if you live in a Meijer territory, sells in clothing. It's much more than you think it would be, especially when people look at things like undershirts, underwear, socks, and more. They're much more willing to walk into a Walmart, a Meijer, a Costco, buy it there, than to drive out to a Kohl's or an Old Navy and more to buy that kind of clothing. Now, Costco is well known for having some high-end apparel, much nicer than some of the other big box stores out there. But increasingly, big box stores are becoming where people are buying their clothing. Because it's convenient, it's there, and it's a big impulse. You're in there, you didn't really plan to buy clothing, but there's that shirt, there's that pair of pants you really like, you pick it up. I'll be the first to admit that happens to me all the time. And number 10, Costco used to be a very small club. I remember when it came to my hometown, people were very excited. Now Costco has over 100 million active members around the world. When I went to visit Korea a few years ago, they had a Costco there. My membership card seemed to work, and it was unbelievably busy. I've never seen a Costco so busy. Finding parking was impossible. It was very popular there to drop people off, and then the driver just makes circles, wait for them to call and say they're ready for pickup because you couldn't find parking. It was so busy next to Costco. People would get there very early to try to avoid that. So quick recap of the top 10 things you may not have known about Costco. Number 1, it's one of the nation's largest pizza chains. Number 2, only stocks about 4,000 items compared to over 140,000 at Walmart. Number 3, hot dogs. Sells more hot dogs than all the major baseball stadiums combined in a year. Kirkland brand products comes from the name of their hometown. The free sample staff don't actually work for Costco. You don't have to be a member at Costco to shop at certain areas at Costco depending on which state you are. Toilet paper is one of their most popular items. Costco has sold over 520,000 cars in a single year, and they're a bigger seller of clothing than Old Navy and Ralph Lauren. So it's very interesting. Of course, also over 100 million Costco customers out there. So let me know, are you a big fan of Costco? Do you enjoy that? Let me know. I'm a huge fan of Costco. We lived in an area for a while that was a Sam's Club. I enjoyed that. But I do like Costco. I don't know, there's something about their brands, the products that I prefer over some of the Sam's Clubs. Plus, Costco seems to be bigger than most of the Sam's Clubs I've ever been in. But I'd love to hear from you on what you think of Costco. What on this list surprised you? Was it how many cars they sold? That did surprise me, to be honest with you. All right, if you're new here, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. Check back tomorrow for another video. Try to post about 3 to 4 videos. They may not come out every day like we had been doing. Try to put a little bit more time into the research in some of the videos. I hope you enjoy them. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow with another video. Thanks, everybody.